Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Evans, and in this video I just want to quickly reach out to those pastors, ministers, and church leaders that are out there right now who are stuck at home. Their congregation members are stuck at home and they have no means of reaching out to them. So in this video I want to show you guys a very quick way in which you can reach out to your congregation using just your laptop and an internet connection. If you have a laptop with a webcam built into it, I'm just going to show you how you can quickly just use that setup along with your internet connection to reach out to your congregation and keep in touch. Now, I know that I said I'm targeting ministers and people in ministry. However, the same tricks will work for anybody. So if you're a content creator and you want to live stream to your subscribers on Facebook or on YouTube, then this video is for you. Now, this video right here is just a basic setup. When we are done with this, the next video I'm going to take a look at, and we're going to go through how you can take this setup to the next level, which is improve on the quality of the video, improve the quality of your audio, and how you can add in maybe an external camera, a better camera, to improve that video feed. Now, this setup, as like I said, is meant for somebody who is on a zero budget. Say you have no money to spend at all you have is just your laptop with a webcam and you want to get online. So I'm going to share with you a couple of free software that you can use for this, and I'll also share with you a couple of resources where you can get graphics that are royalty free and you can use on your stream as well without any fear of being copyrighting somebody's material. Okay, so here we are on the laptop, and I'm going to get over to the internet. I'm using Chrome here, so let's head over to Chrome, and I have a few windows opened already for you to take a look at. The first one is what we need. The software's name is Obs Studio, and Obs Studio is basically just a interface between all your sources and the internet. So basically you're going to take all your sources, your graphics, your video, your data, your lower thirds, everything that you want to add to your stream for the people to see online, and OBS is going to be the interface that connects all your stuff that you have on your desktop straight to internet, to YouTube or to Facebook Live, right? So we're going to go through it. We're going to download OBS and install it. So here we are on the OBS project screen. You have a version for Windows, you have a version for Mac OS, and you have a version for Linux. So in this case, I'm going to download Windows because I'm on the Windows computer. So let's click download on the Windows computer, on the Windows version, I mean. I'm going to save this to my desktop so it's easy for me to find. So I'm just going to select my desktop, and I'm going to save this right here. Once the download is finished, just double click on this download here, or if you don't see that there, minimize your Internet Explorer, head over to your desktop, and you should see the file saved right here. So I'm just going to double click on it, and this brings up the installation process. Click next. The installation is pretty simple. Just click on the next buttons. You don't need to do any modifications to the defaults. It works just as it is. So just go through it. Next. Wait for it to finish. Okay, so once the installation is finished, leave this box unchecked. Just launch it for now. Once OBS comes up for the first time, you're going to get this dialog box. Just click no, and then click OK on this one. Let me go full screen. And now you can see that OBS is installed. This is how the interface looks like the first time you open it up. What we're going to do is we're going to go through some of the settings of this software, some of the interface, and then you can see what you can do. Basically right now here you have your program out window, and I want us to set it up so that you can have a preview as well as your program out. So go in here and click on the studio mode button here. Once you click on the studio mode, now you have a preview section here and you have a program section here. The preview is basically a staging point where you can stage all the stuff you want, edit them, even when you are live without it going live yet. And once you click on the transition or any of the fades buttons right here, the program will take whatever you have in your preview and bring it out to your program mode. Your program window is basically everything that your viewers are going to see when you are online. So when you start streaming, this is whatever you're seeing in your program area here. That's what's going online for your people or your subscribers or the followers to be able to see what you are projecting out to them. All right, so let's get started and go through the settings. So let's hit the settings button down here. And there are a couple of things that I want us to take care of right out of the way. In the general tab, I usually would leave everything as default. The only thing that I sometimes change here, it's the theme. Sometimes I just like to try out this Rajni's theme here. So that's all I changed out here. I just changed the theme and leave it as it is. The other thing to look out for is down to go over to the stream tab. And here is the stream settings. So basically over here, you want to set up, if you're going to Facebook Live or you want to go to YouTube, this is where you set up which service you're going to use for your stream. So if you are going to YouTube, then what you're going to do is come down here, select from the drop list YouTube. And once you select this, now you need what we call your stream key. How do you get your stream key? Let's head over to the internet right now. I'm opening up my browser and I'm going to go to YouTube. And with YouTube open, I'm going to click on this plus icon here at the top. And I'm going to go live. So once you click on go live, most likely if this is your first time trying to go on a live stream, you would have nothing here. So all you're going to have is this button that says create a new stream. So click on that button to create a new stream. Give your stream a title. In this case, I'm going to call it test stream. Just for the sake of this tutorial, you can put a description that you want. This is my own defaults that I have set up in YouTube. That's why you see it there, but ignore those. You can add your own comments, your own descriptions. If you want to schedule this stream for another date, another time, you can turn this on right here. Select the date, select the time that you want to go live, and you can schedule that live feed for that period of time when you want to go live. In this case, I'm just going to leave that off. So come down to the bottom and click on create stream. Now that your stream is created, what you need is down right here. You see your stream key. This is your stream key and it says paste in encoder. So all you're going to do is, I'm not going to reveal the stream key. You can actually take a look by turning this eye on and off. But in this case, I'm just going to copy it, right? Head over back into OBS. And just paste your stream key into this dialog box right here. So now you know you're streaming to YouTube and you're streaming, your stream key is also set. I'm going to show you how to get your stream key for Facebook as well. So if you want to go live on Facebook, let's head over to the internet. Leave this YouTube Studio window open, because when I start the stream, we want to take a look and we're going to complete the whole thing down up here. So I'm going to leave it open for now. But let me open a new tab and let's just try to see how you can get your Facebook stream key. So I go to facebook.com. And as you can see, I'm already signed in here. I'm just going to figure out down here in the bottom here where it says live. Right. So I'm going to click on this button here that says live. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go next. And then this button here, you want to use a stream key, right? So you don't want to use your camera, because if you go use your camera, then what it's going to do is Facebook Live is just going to take your webcam and directly stream with it. If you want to go that route, you can. However, what we're trying to do is to be able to do more of a bit of a, give the stream a little bit more of a quality look, right? So you want to add in more stuff. You want to add, let's say videos, you want to add a few graphics. You cannot do that if you're going live straight on the Facebook web page with your webcam. So you're going to use a stream key. So I'm going to check on that and click on next. Click on done. And once you're here, you would see this thing that says YouTube is waiting for your video, right? So right now there is no video feed coming in. But as you can see down here, this is your stream URL for Facebook. and this is your stream key. So you will copy this stream key. Same way, you're going to go back into OBS, and instead of having YouTube here, you're going to go down and you're going to select Facebook Live and then paste your stream key down here, same way. So that's how you get your stream key for Facebook. That's how you get your stream key for YouTube. Now that we've got our stream key, we are ready to stream. But before we go ahead and stream, let's go through the settings and complete a few key settings out here. So let's go to the Output tab. And in the Output tab, I'm just going to leave it on Simple for now. That's all we need. However, when you come down here, your bitrate, video bitrate. Now, the bitrate determines how much data you are sending to Facebook or YouTube. Now, the data you send also may determine the quality of your stream. So if you want to stream at 1080p or higher, you might want to increase your bit rates, right? So right at the bat, this is what OBS comes set as. However, if you want to increase that bit rate, you can. But how do you know how much you want to send out, right? Your internet bandwidth should be able to support whatever bit rate you are trying to stream at. The best way to check for your bit rate is to do a quick internet speed test. So to do an internet speed test, let's head over to the browser once more, open up a new tab, and just search for the word speed test. You're going to get this page right here in Google. Just click run speed test. And as you can see, speed test is running. And for some reason right now, my internet seems to be really low. So let's see how this speed test goes along. And you can see my upload speed coming up. So let's wait for the test to finish. Okay, so right now at this point, I know this is not right because I usually have better download speeds than that. But for live streaming, your download speed doesn't really matter. What matters most is your upload speed. So right now, as you can see, my upload speed is 15.2 megabits per second. So at 15.2 megabits per second, if I go back into OBS and I'm streaming at 2500 kilobits per second, that is basically like 2.5 megabits per second. So based on my speed test, I know I can increase this because I have up to maybe 15,000 kilobytes per second that I can use. So I'm going to head back into OBS, and typically I will just set my stream key to maybe 6500. I know I can go up all the way based on the speed test, but you don't really need all that data. You just need enough data to have a good quality stream to send up, right? So you don't want to send too much, but you don't also want to send too little. So based on my internet speed, I'm able to send up maybe 6500 kilobits per second. So do your own speed test, figure out how much you want. If you don't know what to do, or this is too much technical for you, just leave it as a default and it's good enough to start streaming, right? I just like to bump it up a little bit more. That's it. So that's all I'm going to change on this page. And then I'm going to click apply. And then go OK. So that's all the settings that I want to change. We've gone through, we've configured this as we want. We've set up our stream key. We've set up our basic preferences. Now it's time to start setting up what we call scenes. So if you look down here, you have scenes down here. You have sources down here. And here you have your audio mixer. So as you can see, as I'm talking, this audio is going up and down, right? What this is this is my built-in microphone on my laptop. You can also see desktop audio here. Now, desktop audio, most of the time I mute. That's because I don't want the sounds from my audio coming in, my laptop coming into my stream. You would need to enable this if you are playing some music off your laptop that you want that music to end up in your stream, then you can do this. But personally, I don't do that. I will disable this And if I want to play any music of any kind, what I'll do is I will bring that music directly into OBS and allow OBS to play that media, right? So I'm going to disable my desktop audio so I don't get any of those annoying beep sounds that the laptop makes sometimes when you press the wrong keys and stuff like that into my live stream. Now let's set up our scene. So a scene is basically a collection of sources that you want to go live to get, that you want to project at the same time. So your scene can be made up of a whole bunch of stuff. It can be made up of your camera feed. It can be made up of text. It can be made up of graphics. And you can add all of those together, and those become one scene, a collection of sources that you can then just click on, and both of them and all of them are grouped together as one entity that you can now just project over to your preview or to your program window and send online. So in my case, I want to do a little quick sort of a church setup. So my first scene here, I'm going to rename this scene as intro. Right, so this scene here is just going to be like an introduction just before you go live. So you want to have maybe a graphic that says welcome, church is starting, and add maybe a little bit of a countdown. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a next resource. That next resource is where I want to get some free graphics that I can use, royalty-free graphics that I can use. So I'm going to head over to the internet again, and I'm going to go to this tab right here. And as you can see, the website is called Church Media Drop. Church Media Drop has free graphics and video, as well as sometimes you can also find here they have paid subscriptions as well. But I come in here and you can get as much of the free as you want to use without any problem. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm just going to go to free media, and I'm just going to do a quick search. I'm going to search for welcome, because I just want a quick graphic that has welcome on it. So I'm just going to do a quick search for welcome. Give it a second for the search to complete. Okay, so in this case, we have a few welcome stuff. I'm just probably going to take this slide right here. Oh, and nice, it's a video. So let's preview this video. And yeah, nice one. Welcome, God bless you, and all about stuff. So, okay, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to just download this. And I'm going to download one of these MP4 files. Just click on one of them and wait for the download to start. Okay, so it's the video. So I get this page here. I'm just going to right click this and just click Save Video As. So I have a folder down here created for stream assets. I'm going to save it in there. You can also create a similar folder where you save all your assets that you're going to use for your stream. Makes it easy to find everything in one spot. All right. So I'm going to download that. It says download error. Let's try again. Save video as. Okay, so that video has finished downloading. I'm gonna go back and back, and since we're already here, I also want a thank you kind of slide at the end, right? Thanks for watching this. So I'm gonna search for thank you to see what I find on this page. And so I don't find anything that I really like in here. I'm going to try my next resource. let's go to free worship media and go to free. And down here it says still free, so free backgrounds and titles. Let's see what we get. Right. Let's try creation swap. Okay, so now that we've downloaded it, so now we have the graphic that we want to bring in for our intro. So what we do, we go over to that same scene, make sure that scene is selected. We're going to go to the sources window and we're going to add a source for that particular scene. So we're going to click on the add, and this time we want to bring in media, because what we want to bring in, it's a video file. So we're just going to bring in a media source. And let's just name this media dash intro, or let's say welcome. You want to name them properly so you can remember what they are for when you look into the OBS scenes. So I'm going to go OK, and here I want to bring in a local file, and I just want to browse and go to my desktop. I believe that's where I had that folder with my stream assets. So I'm going to go to my desktop and I have here stream assets, and this is the video we just downloaded. So I'm going to bring it in, and since this is for our intro and I want it to keep going, so I'm going to keep it looping, right? And I'm going to go this restart when playback source becomes active, and I'll show you what that does in a minute. So I'm just going to go close. And one of the issues you see with OBS is that when you bring in the media, sometimes you can't see it right away. So you want to send this video, you can see it right away in the preview, but when you go in the program, you can see it. So since we're not streaming or anything, click on transition and see how that video shows up in your stream. So this video seems to be properly sized. It's fitting the entire width of our output window. And as you can see, it's playing. But now it keeps looping, and it's going to keep on looping until we change that scene to something else, right? So this intro is fine, and I like it, but I want to be able to say maybe service is starting in a couple of hours with maybe a couple of minutes, but I want to be able to say something like service is starting in maybe a couple of minutes with a countdown timer. So I'm going to add a few more sources to this scene. The first source I'm going to add is a text source. So let's add text. And then let's call this service start. I'll just start off with text. Service starts. Just to give it a meaningful name that we can remember later. And I will add that. And here inside this text, I'm going to type in service starts in, right? And as you can see here, you have the service starts. This is the font that is using. If you want to change the font, click on select fonts. And right here, you can change the font to anything that you want. I'm just going to pick something random. I'm just going to scroll in and maybe pick something random, whatever, right? Just for the demonstration. And you can change the font size. But I also always encourage people to use the biggest font size you can in here, because you can resize it on the screen and make it smaller without losing any quality. But if your font is smaller and you try to scale it up, you're going to have it pixelated. So give it the biggest font size, and then you can resize it in OBS on the preview screen. All right, so here we go. And as you can see, we have that text large here. And now you can take this and resize it, right? Make it smaller. Like I said, you don't want to take a smaller size font and make it bigger because you're going to get pixelated. But if your font size is huge and you bring it down, you still maintain a decent quality with that, right? So I'm going to bring this down to maybe somewhere down here, position it where I want, right? This may not be a good example because we have the background already animated, but that's fine. So let's leave that in here. And now we have that. But now what I want to add is a timer, right? A countdown timer. So go back into the sources and we want to add another text. And this time let's call it text dash countdown, because whatever the text we're going to use, we're going to turn it into a countdown timer. So let's go with that. And in here, I'm just going to type the word timer. It doesn't matter what you put here. You can put anything you want, because at the end of the day, that text is not going to show up. We're just going to use that as a countdown timer. So there we go. Change the font if you want to, or leave it the same. I'm just going to leave it the same for the sake of time. And just bring this timer down here. Scale it down to the manageable size that I want. Position it the way you want. And in this tutorial, like I said, I'm not trying to make everything neat. I'm just trying to get this quickly done. All right. So now I have the countdown timer right here. But now how do I convert this to a timer, right? So to convert this to a timer, go up to the tools option here and go to the scripts option. And in here, we want to add a script. So click on the plus button down here to add a script. This window pops up, and in here you want to select countdown because we want to do a countdown timer. And then go open, select your countdown timer, and the duration here is in minutes. You cannot have seconds or anything like that. You can start off only in minute increments. So if I want to have a 2 minutes countdown, I'm just going to put a 2 minutes countdown. If you want a 10 minutes countdown, you can put a 10-minute countdown. In this case, I'm just going to make it simple and short. I'm going to put a 2-minute countdown. And the text source is going to be that timer we just created. So the text countdown that we just created. And then the final text is what is going to show on the screen when the countdown ends. So I'm going to leave that as, let's say, starting soon, just for now. And with all of that set, I'm going to hit close. And now you still see countdown timer. You still, sorry, for now you still see the word timer, right? But we're going to take a look. And now if you transition this over into your program window, now you can see that you have a countdown timer, and the timer starts from 2 minutes and it will count down to 0. And at the end, it will say starting soon, right? So you want to be able to try to manage to go to the next scene as soon as you hit the end. Now, let's go ahead. Since we've finished our intro scene, let's create our next scene. So the next scene I'm going to create, I'm going to call this scene, let's say pastor. Or let's just call this webcam for now. So I've created a new scene called webcam, and as you can see, because we have no sources on that scene, my preview window is blank. So whilst my program window is still playing whatever, I can still go ahead and set up my webcam scenes with sources, right? And for this scene, normally if you have, let's say, a pre-recorded video of your church worship team doing praise and worship, you can bring that in here as a video, and that will become, let's say, a worship scene before the pastor comes on to start preaching. But since most people are stuck at home and they're not doing that, you can just do the intro and then cut over into the pastor speaking right away. So that's what I'm going to do for this video. But if you have a scene where you have a pre-recorded video of your church members doing praise and worship, you can easily bring that in here by adding on another media source and browsing over to that video file that you have already created. So in our case here, I just want to cut over straight to the pastor's face because I know most people are on lockdown, and this is just for you to get over and start speaking. So to get over and start speaking, and for people to see you, you want to bring in your webcam source, right? So you're going to go in here and go to add a source, and we're going to select video capture, right? And this video capture I'm going to call webcam. And you get this window come up. And when you get this window come up, you want to click on this device down here and make sure that you're selecting your webcam. So if I select my HD webcam, which is the webcam that I have installed on this laptop right now, as you can see, I get a preview of that webcam. At the bottom here, when you have the resolution, make sure you select default custom. So select custom resolution, so select custom on this dialog box here for the resolution / frame rates. And then at the bottom here on the resolution, I'm going to select the highest resolution that this webcam allows, which is 1280 by 720. So I have selected 1280 by 720, and then I can click OK. So now I have my webcam source coming in here, but it's at 1280 by 720, but my my output on my canvas is actually at 1920 by 1080. So I'm going to stretch this out to fill the full screen. You can also just right click. You can also just right click and select down here, look for transform, and just do fit to screen. So here you go, you have your webcam in, it's filling out the screen, nice and good. So now we have two scenes set up, right? We have our first scene right here, which is our intro. And so we can transition to the intro, right? And as soon as the intro is done, you can now transition over to your webcam and just start talking, right? Switch out to your people. So we have our intro with the countdown timer. When the countdown timer ends, we can then transition to our webcam, which is now in our preview window, and start talking and streaming live, right? So that's basically so far what we've done. What we have done is we've been setting up all our sources, but we haven't really gone live yet, right? We've been just setting up what we want. So all you are doing is prepping your setup before you go live, and that's what we're testing. So I've gone through all of this and I've done that. At the end, I just want to maybe add one last scene, and this last scene here is just going to be something to say thank you for worshiping with us today and see you next time, or something of that sort. To do that, we still need another graphic that's going to say that's going to have that thank you message. So we need a graphic that's going to have that thank you message. So I'm going to show you how you can create custom graphic for free, right? So head over to the web again, and this time we're going to go over to canva.com. So head over to canva.com, and once you're in canva.com, if this is your first time coming to Canva, you may have to create a free account. So go ahead, create a free account. But we want to start creating a presentation. And what I want to do is I want to use one of the design templates that is under the presentation, because presentation, as you can see here, has the dimensions of 1920 by 1080, which matches your output, your canvas. So click on presentation. You'll be given a clean blank canvas to work with. And if you want, you can go through the templates they have here and choose one with the text that looks nice to you. So let's say in this case, I just want to maybe take this template. I'll click on that. And this template has multiple pages, but I only want one page. So I'm going to select this. Oh, and then look at that. It turned out to be one from a church as well, already done. All right, so let's go here, Grace Beach Chapel. We're going to leave it as it is. I'm not going to change that. You can put in your church name right here. So just double click, edit it, put your church name, and open go over to the next slide here and let's change this to thank you for, let's say, watching for now. I can spell. Right, so I'm going to put thank you for watching for now, and down here you can put anything. So you can put something like our next stream is on Friday at, let's say, 7 p.m. Right, so you've said thank you, you've told them when you're going to live stream again. And once you have that graphic designed, if you like the images at the background, you can leave it. If you don't like it, you can drag and drop in your own by uploading, right? So let's go over, and we want to download this. So we're going to go in here, make sure you choose a JPEG file. A PNG will work as well. I just usually bump up my quality. Click on download, and I'm going to save that to my same asset, stream assets folder for easy access. Right, so let's head over back into OBS, and now I want to create a scene. So in this case, what you can do is I'm just going to duplicate the scene that I already have created with the webcam, and I'm just going to call this outro. Go OK, and here I'm not going to add on my graphics. So I'm going to add an image source because this is a picture, or just graphic, and I'm just going to call image dash let's say thank you or outro, whatever one you prefer, and then go OK. Now I'm going to browse, and I'm going to go back to the location where I have my graphics, stream assets, thank you, right here. Select that, and because the dimensions were good, they fill up the screen perfectly well. So now we've just set up 3 scenes, right? A collection of sources that go together into scenes. So we have our first scene here, which is our intro, and we can preview that with the intro with a 2-second timer, and then we can now cut to the pastor or whoever is delivering the message for that day. They can go ahead, speak, give out their sermon, give the encouragement to the people, and then we go to the outro. Thank you for watching our next stream. You may also want to create one if you want in the middle somewhere there for offerings. If you want to, go ahead, go to Canva and do the same thing. Create some graphics that you want, or look online to one of the free resources that I'll leave in the link below. Download a free resource and use that as well. And basically that's how you can quickly set up a live stream and reach out to your church members with $0 as a budget and just your laptop with a webcam and an internet connection. So now that you have all set, you're ready to go online, you have your stream key and everything there. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Internet Explorer again. I'm going to go to Facebook because we set up a Facebook stream, right? So as you can see down here, I'm going to put this side by side. This is the YouTube stream that we set up. So now that I'm ready to go online, what I'm going to do is to send my stream up to Facebook, and Facebook is going to give me a preview here where I can then click live, go live to start the stream for people to now start seeing. So if I click start streaming, because I have set up my stream key for Facebook, give it a few seconds and Facebook will receive that signal from my OBS software. Yeah, so here we go. This is what is coming in now, but that's not what I want to start with, right? So I'm going to transition over to my intro, which is my welcome. Give it a few seconds. Facebook is going to refresh. Now, one thing you need to note is that if you're streaming live, don't be taking your cue from the live stream, because the live stream will always be a couple of seconds behind what you are you're looking at, right? So here we go. And now if I'm ready and I think that I'm ready to go live, I can then just go live, which I'm not going to do for this test, but you can now just click go live here on YouTube, and people will start seeing and getting notifications that you're online for the people that are subscribed to your channel, right? So that's how you set it up. And if I want to go ahead, we can just go ahead. We've done that. So now I'm going to select the webcam, transition to the webcam, pastor starts talking, assuming we are live, right? Blah, blah, blah. We go ahead, we see the thing. And at the end of it, when I'm done, I'm going to click on my outro, and the same way hit on my transition or one of my fades. And there we go. That's going to cut over as well into the program output, and Facebook will see it soon. So there's always a little bit of delay, maybe up to 10 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds delay, but that's normal with live stream. So don't be taking your cue from the stream that you're seeing on Facebook, right? So that's how it works. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Subscribe, like, and let me know what you think about this quick tutorial, and then I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, stay blessed, keep creating, get out there this Sunday and reach out to some of your congregation. Let them know you still think about them and they are not in this alone, and we are all in this together. God bless you guys. Stay blessed.